Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Tuttle and I'm going to go through golden hour lighting, which is going to be the kind of light you're going to see an hour after sunrise and an hour before sunset. So I kind of brought in the character and made a basic landscape. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you by turning on Ultra Dynamic Sky. If you haven't gotten this blueprint, go and get it. It's well worth the money. It's one of my favorite tools in the Unreal Engine, so I'm just going to turn it on. So for Ultra Dynamic Sky, I actually made a couple settings. I adjusted the time of day to at least 7 o'clock. I also did one more thing, and it's kind of hidden here. So what I did is I went to Real Sun, Simulate Real Sun. I usually get these three checked. It's always, I'll show you what the light looks like before and after. I always turn this on. It helps me out with the lighting. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my Rectilight. So the rectangular light, or the rect light, or whatever I call it, I go back and forth. I treat it like a box light. So you'll see what it does. It's a little dramatic, I think. Something like that is good. So you can just make adjustments just like that. There we go. So, maybe 4 there. Sorry, I'm still making adjustments, but yeah, the most important thing I did was, besides the lighting, the intensity, which I actually set to Lumiere. I don't do the other one format, the Candela. I don't. I just set it to Lumiere. Um, I use color temperature, and golden hour is usually between 2500 and 3500, but I just put it in 3000. You can just make slight adjustments. So I could do 2500 like this. It probably would work 3250, 3500. Obviously, let's go with an extreme here. You kind of know what color temperature is and what works. Daylight usually is 5500. A tungsten light is 3250. So, but for now, I'm just going to set to 3000. And that's really it. I kind of use it as a front light, and it looks pretty good. It's a lot more cinematic because nothing is pure white when it comes to lighting in either iClone or Unreal. There's always a little bit of color. You have to know what to add, what not to add, because I think that's what makes things a lot more cinematic. And you don't really get that in a lot of tutorials for iClone. For anybody who's wondering, you don't. It looks like iClone lighting looks very flat. It has a very blank canvas look, but not many people play around with that. They don't play around with color and see what mood it has. But as you can tell, in fact, let's actually just go to the default and I'll show you how much of a change we made. So the default for this is 960. I'm going to just turn off the real sun and I'll just show you what it looks like. And I'm just going to turn off the light. Yeah, you can tell it makes a huge difference. In fact, I can actually light up the afternoon here. So afternoon usually like 5 o'clock is about 4,000. 4,000 is usually the average. But let's go back to the golden hour lighting. And just imagine how much better looking your films will be if you just with a little of experiment and knowing how color reacts and what color does for mood and depth and shadow. That's really what will make your work stand out. It's not so much the rendering or how good the character looks. It doesn't really matter if all that stuff doesn't matter if you have no idea how to light. It doesn't matter. It will certainly help once you get the lighting down, but you have to understand lighting and how to light. That's what makes it good.